Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek from Old Pueblo Coin, and I have a will it grade video. Would you grade it on a bunch of US gold coins? And you'll have to bear with me on this one because um, I adjusted my lighting as best as I could to try to get you a good look at these coins in a way that you can tell what's going on. It's actually kind of difficult. Um, Sometimes it's on the incuse coins, on the 2.5 and the $5 Indians that are a little bit smaller. So what I have here is a 1911 from the Philadelphia Mint, $2.5 gold piece. And what I want you to look at is the way the luster moves across the Indian's neckline and the nose and the cheek. It kind of flows. And then over the rest of the coin, I'm just going to move the coin around so you can see it a little bit. It's a little bit tricky, but you'll see how it dances on the headdress. Let me try that again from this angle. The farther away angle is actually a little bit easier to see how the luster moves on these. You'll see the luster kind of dancing throughout the headdress, and then on the back especially, that movement on the back, that's all luster. And that's a good sign on a 2.5 Indian. That luster is something that the coins are often graded by because the highest point on this coin is the open field. And so it's very different than most US coins. And so the first place that gets rub or wear is that open field. So that's the area that really helps the grade come up. You know, you're still looking for contact marks and things like that, but you can have a coin that's kind of dull looking and it's not going to get as good of a grade on a 2.5 or 5. This one is a 1914D, which is a great coin for a penny. Also here on a 2.5 Indian, not a rare date, but what I will say is if you look at this, you can see all the luster on the back of that coin in the open fields. What I would say on these guys is really the difficult part is figuring out whether a coin is mint state or not mint state. And you know what people tend to concentrate on is they look at, like, for example, the cheek and they say, well, look at that, that's wear. Well, it's not necessarily wear. You know, it is the high point, but you know, if you have full luster on a 2.5 Indian, then it's going to come back mint state. Now it might come back a low mint state. It might come back a mint state 61 or 2. But really your hope is to get at least a mint state 63 on these coins. And then if you get a mint state 64, they jump in price quite a bit. You know, they'll be $700 or $800 instead of, you know, $300 or $400. So the 2.5 Indians you had a good look at, and you can decide whether or not you think that those will be worth grading. Same thing with this 1909 $5 Indian. This one I was having a hard time getting a good video of earlier. I was trying to capture it, but I think you can see now all of that movement on the back of the coin, all of that movement here in the fields and here in the fields when I move it. That is there you go. That is luster flowing over the coin, over the field. And the mint mark on these guys are really tiny. It's right here. That's a Denver mint. This coin from New Orleans is one of the rarest coins. So, you know, all right, we'll double check. Yeah, it's definitely a D. Maybe it's an O that got smashed. And it's definitely a D. So this one, I think will come back. Well, I'll tell you at the end. Well, one more to show you, and it's a Liberty. 1881S, and it's very, very lustrous. And so also these are coins that you want to get into mint state to make them worth getting certified. in very general terms if you have a common date. And I'll see if I can capture this fully. One of the things that you want to do when you're grading coins and looking at coins is you always want to rotate the coin in the light, because the light reflects, the surface of the coin reflects the light, and at different angles you'll see things differently. And so at one angle you may see a brilliant coin, at another angle you may see something a little bit different. And on this coin, what I want you to see, what I want you to be able to see, and this I also had a very hard time recording, is the lines that are going to show up on the coin. As I turn the coin, you'll see really, really fine lines all over the coin. So they'll be moving but they're really, really fine. I should have brought out a smaller pen. When you turn the light one way and then you turn the light the other way, all of a sudden you have really fine lines this way. But then when you turn the light the other way, you'll have really fine lines the other way. And we'll try one more time to capture that here. Those lines, that flow of lines, is from a cleaning, and it's the type of cleaning that NGC and PCGS and dealers and collectors really consider to be somewhat egregious or bad. As I turn the coin, you want to see the fine lines popping up at different angles. Like, for example, here you see the coin go, the lines go all the way. See how the light goes all the way from the first one all the way up to the top of the coin, and it almost moves like that. Like, there it is. Boom, it just popped up right there. There's the light is reflecting in a like stripe or a strip, and that's all cleaning those lines. So anyway, it's really hard to capture. It's also hard to tell in person if you haven't seen them before and experienced it before and learned to look for, you know, those type of cleaning lines when it reflects the light that way are really hard to see. So before I say adieu, what I'd tell you to do is go ahead and tell me what you think the coins will grade, if they'll make a grade. I'm not going to send this guy in because of the cleaning. I'm not going to send the 5 Liberty in. The 2.5 Indians and the 5 Indian are all going to get sent in to get certified. I happen to think they'll all come back a mint state grade. You know, I'm not here to wager, you know, how high. I am particularly fond of this 1914 coin. You know, I'm hoping that one comes back as 64. But anyway, I've said too much. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by clicking on the button over here and watch more videos on the right side. Thanks.